guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for coming back and watching another video. Okay, so today's video is going to be a little bit about how you can get your hands on the items that you're really interested in getting for a slightly lower price. This involves things like trades, going to the right shops, looking in the right places, and ultimately perhaps not always getting something that you want brand new in order to be able to save you some money. Okay, so today I have been out to town and I have managed to pick up a variety of different bits. I've got some stuff from a charity shop, stuff from general sort of high street retailers, and I've also managed to pick up something a little bit fancier as well that I want to show you. So the first thing I've picked up, which I did get from a charity shop, it came in at I'm not going to say how much it is because I'm sticking it back up on my Depop page, so I'm not going to say how much I got it for. But is this Air Jordan Retro t-shirt. Now people, especially if you're watching this and you're interested in style and fashion, people spend an awful lot of money on clothes like Jordans and retro clothing. You really don't need to. Now I've not really seen that much Jordan stuff in charity shops. But this is an absolute steal. I didn't pick it up for very much money. It is a good fit. The print on the front is a little bit cracked in places, but to be honest, look at the colours of it. Look at this t-shirt. This screams retro, with the sort of like the fluorescent colours and just the general layout of the item. So here's the front, and here's the back. So it's a fairly standard t-shirt, but like I say, the colours are absolutely kicking it. But this is a prime example. So this is the first thing, charity shops. If you're looking for something in particular, whether it be branded or non-branded, go to the charity shops, especially if you like mixing your wardrobe up a little bit, because they do have some incredible sort of steals, incredible pieces that you might be able to find. One tip that I have that I've started to do, and I've picked this up from various other YouTubers when I first started getting into thrifting, is look at the town or city, wherever it is that you are from, if that's where you're going to go and look for your clothes, and plan a rough route, because there's nothing worse than getting into town, finding out that one shop's over here, one shop's here, one shop's behind you, and you're going to end up making it a massive trek for yourself. Plan yourself a rough route. Think, okay, if I live at this end of town, I can hit this shop, this shop, and do a bit of a circuit with it. And when you're there, really have a good route through the rails, have a look to see what you can find. So yeah, here's the first item of the day, and an absolute banger of a piece, and something that you can get yourself your hands on as well for cheap. If you want to get this piece, like I say, it is an awesome retro t-shirt. Then go and check it out on my Depop page at A Field of a Day, and it's up there right now. So don't miss out, go and see if you can get it. Right guys, so the next thing I'm going to go on to is looking at things that you can buy from typical high street retailers. So for me, I have a holiday coming up. Obviously it's coming into the summer months now, and I've got a holiday that I've recently just booked in July, and I was looking through my wardrobe and I came to realise that I don't really have that much holiday-esque clothing. So one of the biggest things I wanted was a pair of shorts. Now I had a look in a couple of places and I really wasn't happy spending sort of 20, 30, 40 pounds on a pair of shorts, although I do love sort of better quality items of clothing. For me, a pair of shorts is something that I don't wear as often as a decent pair of jeans, for instance. Okay, so Primark. Now, before I start talking about Primark, I don't really shop here. I don't really shop in Primark, and the reason I don't really shop in Primark is because for me, I don't feel that the items of clothing in there are the best quality, and just a personal preference, I would much rather go and invest or buy a little bit more of an expensive item of clothing from a slightly more expensive retailer, and it lasts me longer. I've had experience in the past where I've bought jeans from Primark, and they've been, you know, a fairly nice looking pair of jeans, and then within sort of 6 months they've got sort of the material's worn down and they've got holes in them. Now on the long term, I guess if you buy lots of pairs of Primark jeans, then you may be saving money. But for me, I'd much rather buy a pair of Levi's, for instance, which are considerably more expensive than all the Primark jeans, but they will last for ages. I mean, you don't tend to find vintage Primark in charity shops, but you most definitely find sort of 100-year-old pairs of Levi's, because they are made of a really good quality material and they do last. So, as I said, pairs of shorts, that's what I wanted. This is the pair of shorts that I picked up from Primark today. Fairly standard pair of shorts, nothing really much to talk about them, but they cost me £5.50. Now, I looked in all sorts of different places. I looked in a couple of charity shops, and I didn't really find anything I was particularly happy with, but I came across these. They're nice, they're smart. You can wear them sort of casually, you can wear them dressed up and have like a smarter outfit. If you're rocking with a vest or a t-shirt for the beach, or indeed a shirt for the evening, especially if you're going somewhere warm like I am, a nice pair of shorts is required. It's definitely needed. Like I say, I'm not expecting these to last sort of any longer than the summer, if not maybe into the early part of next year. But to be honest, I tend to wear trousers more so, especially when it gets colder anyway, than shorts. So that's the first thing. Right, so the next item I picked up, again, same place. And this is one thing I will say. If you're going into the shops, I personally, if I'm going into a high street retailer to buy clothes, I will always be attracted to the sale rail. Because you never know what you'll get for, you know, often like the new range and the old range are fairly similar. And they'll have fairly similar shirts and trousers and so on. But because they are an older range, they automatically sell them off at a reduced cost. So you might be able to pick something up at a much better value, so to speak. So I got a couple of things on the rail. I got this fairly sort of plain black jumper. Again, it's from Primark. £3. Not really a lot to say about this. I bought them with a pair of smart trousers, and I tried them all on together, and this would be a fantastic sort of addition to that, or you could wear them with a pair of jeans for that slightly more casual look. Another fairly similar piece is a navy blue one. That jumper was black. This is fairly similar. The only difference is that the other jumper had sort of that stitch cross that comes down from the chest, whereas this one doesn't. But again, £3. And again, you can wear this as a shirt for a smarter look, or dress down. I didn't really need loads of shirts, but I saw this and I thought it's another £3 bargain. Might as well. Is this sort of, I think they called it Grandad shirt, or it's basically a collarless shirt. And again, I stuck this on with these, with the pair of trousers that I also bought, and it's just a really nice, clean, crisp shirt. Again, £3. And the last item, which I think is probably the best out of all of these, again it was £3, were these. Now these are a sort of cuffed pair of sort of light grey trousers. I don't know if you can see this, or if my hands are out of shot. There's not really too much to say about them. They feel fairly good quality. I guess we'll tell over time. Normally, with a lot of Primark stuff, I noticed that the things that go first is like the stitching. So it might be, you know, the stitching might go around the crotch. But again, these were £3, and I tried them on with like all of these other items as well, with the shirt and the two jumpers, and it just looked really good. Like you could get away with that outfit and it'd look exactly the same if you were to go to another high street retailer like Topman or H&M or Zara, which charges a lot more than that. And this item came to £3. So if I were to wear this and the shirt, that would be £6 on one outfit. That's unbelievable. That's a ridiculous amount of money. Like I say, if you're going to go shopping Primark, although I'm not going to bash them because they do serve a very good purpose, lots of people go in there, don't hope and dream for fantastic everlasting quality, because they don't tend to be fantastic quality. But again, I can't turn that down. That's great value. Right guys, so the last item I picked up from Primark was these pair of sunglasses. I don't know what style you'd call them. I don't really know that much about sunglasses, to be honest. But they were on offer at £2. They're obviously not going to be the best quality, so you'll have to be careful with them. Normally the things that I find with sunglasses that you pick up from stores like that is the screws for sort of the arms aren't that fantastic, aren't that great, or the sort of connector is plastic and therefore like breaks easily, or more easily, should I say. Now, I bought these for 2 reasons. Firstly, I do quite like this style, and I'd rather buy a cheaper pair to get used to them before potentially putting more money on a sort of a better quality pair. But also because of where I work, often we need sunglasses at work, but the last thing I want to do is take expensive ones because there's a high chance that they could get ruined. And also when I go on holiday, for things like sitting around the pool, messing about, I'd rather have a pair that I don't mind breaking than taking a pair with me that are going to cost me sort of a lot of money to replace. Now I do have another pair. I have this pair here. This is a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren's. They've got that sort of reflective blue lens to them, or glass to them. These cost me £80. I picked them up from Gatwick Airport last year, where I went on holiday sort of late summer last year, and I picked them up. Really nice pair of specs, but again, in comparison, I'd much rather trash these than trash these, and you can already feel and see the difference. So anyway, that was my sort of Primark haul. Altogether, I probably spent, I don't know, about £13, and I picked up like 5 or 6 items already for summer. So have a check out the stores, have a look at Primark, and just do a comparison as to what you think you'd rather spend your money on, and I guess don't judge it too quickly, because if you're only going on summer holiday, actually spending 20 quid in Primark and getting a massive haul of stuff that you then can throw away after your holiday is better than going to another more expensive shop, spending loads of money, and then you're like all that amount of money short. So yeah, have a look at those cheaper high street retailers. Right, so we're going a bit off topic in terms of clothing at any rate, not really off topic in terms of the whole scope of the video. As you will know from watching previous videos, and if you haven't, check out the previous videos, I am definitely very much into my fitness. I love going to the gym, I love working out and all that kind of goodness. And as part of that, I have slightly and slowly got into sort of taking supplements in order to assist in my my routines and my gym work, really. I don't take loads of supplements. I take things like, I've got like omega-3s, fish oils, I have like sort of multivitamin tablets that I also take occasionally, and I also take things like, occasionally I'll take a pre-workout. I also have BCAAs, which I will often have when I go to the gym, and protein shake. Now, with the protein, especially at the moment, because I'm getting ready for my holiday and I'm trying to sort of kick my sort of routine, my gym routine up a bit, I am naturally taking a little bit more protein than I was before, and so I need to restock. Now, the stuff that I've currently got, and again, if you've watched the previous video, you may well have seen me taking this, is a MyProtein, big bag of MyProtein. I think it's cookies and cream flavoured diet whey protein shake. But like I say, it's coming to the end, and so I was looking for more. Now, I looked on MyProtein, both on eBay, on Amazon, and indeed on the MyProtein website. And at the moment, the bag I've got is a 3 kilo bag, so not the biggest, equally not the smallest. And they were kind of coming in at about 40 quid. And as good as that is, I was like, I'm sure I can find it for cheaper than that. Now, you'll see many people on YouTube and fitness and people on YouTube talking about supplements and what's good for your money and what's not. Now, you've obviously got to be aware that different prices will relate to different qualities and so on and so forth. And if you go for the cheapest, it might not be the best quality. And if you pay a little bit more, the substance that you're buying, the protein you're buying, is probably going to be a better quality from a better, more well-known brand. Now, I spent a little while looking on various websites earlier on today to try and find a good protein source, and I couldn't, not for a price that I was happy with. Anyway, I was in town and I stumbled across one of those supplement stores, and I came across a bargain like no other. Now, this is what I picked up. This is PhD. It's a well-known sort of brand, and they don't just sell proteins, they sell all sorts of supplements. And this is growth factor mass, high protein mass gaining formula. It has 53 grams of protein, 72 grams of carbs, and 3 grams of creatine per scoop, which is unbelievable. It is 4.05 kgs, and this cost me 35 quid. So this massive tub, which is like twice the size of my head, cost me 35 quid. Now, although normally when you go to a store it is going to be more expensive than when you go to places like Amazon, this case it wasn't the case. Basically, I actually picked this up at a cheaper price than had I have gone to like Amazon or somewhere similar. So definitely have a look out for those deals, and some of the stores, the supplement stores, as well as places like Holland and Barrett or your general sort of pharmacy style stores, healthy living stores, will have offers. I know Holland and Barrett have had like the 1 penny sort of sales thing offer, where you buy a product and you get another one for a penny. And I don't think it always applied to the same product as well, but I don't think they do those anymore, but they do often do similar things. The shop I bought this for had a deal where if you bought one product in the deal, you got another one half price. So if you're going in there with the intention to buy multiple supplements, sometimes you can find a better deal by going into the shop than you can by looking on Amazon. So look at your products and shop around. Right, so the next items I've picked up today, we're coming towards the end of this, is where I work. Obviously, like if I've not already said, I will do again. I work in a mostly outdoor environment, and so when it gets hotter, obviously I get the luxury of wearing shorts when I'm at work, but because normally I wear boots, I wanted to buy find some sort of trainers that I could wear with my shorts. Now, I have looked in multiple charity shops, but as I'm sure you can imagine, a lot of the stuff in the charity shops were, well, pretty crap, to be honest. And funny enough, charity shops tend to be quite good for formal shoes. You struggle to find trainers, and if you find trainers or sneakers, they're often beat to death. They're beaten up, which wasn't too much of a problem, but I at least wanted something that looked smarter when I first started. So I found these Asics, or Asics, whatever you want to call them, trainers. They cost me £25. They were on sale. I picked these up from Sports Direct. For those of you in the UK, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you potentially further afield, it's basically a massive sporting, leisuring kind of shop. Absolutely huge, tons and tons of cheap products. Now, these are funky as hell. Look at the colour on these bad boys. They're not the best quality, I'm going to be honest. Like, if I were to buy a pair of shoes for the gym or for running, I'd probably invest a little bit more money in them. Although Asics is a fairly decent brand, and the sort of the base, the heel of the shoe and everything, the sole does feel fairly robust. I bought them because they were only £25, and I know that there's a high chance they're going to get bust up at work, and they are fairly comfortable. I tried them on, obviously, but yeah, so I bought these, however you want to look at it, because I am aware that whatever I wear to work ends up getting dirty and messy because of the environment I work in. So I picked these up as a sort of cheaper option in terms of footwear. So think about what you're using your products for, what you're using your shoes for, your clothes for, and don't always spend loads of money if in 6 months' time you're going to need to replace them, because you're just wasting your own money. Okay, so probably the reason you clicked on this video. No, this wasn't clickbait. I'm not about that kind of life. The Apple Watch. Now, there's a bit of a story about the Apple Watch. I do have one. But I want to talk to you about why I got it for so cheap. So, as the video title says, 7 pence for an Apple Watch. Now, that seems like an absolutely ridiculous kind of price for any electronics or anything in general. Actually, nothing comes to 7 pence now. They don't even do penny sweets. What's life? But there is a very valid reason why. So when I was introducing this video, I spoke a little bit about trading. Now, the reality is that in a one-to-one, no, I did not spend 7 pence on this item, but effectively I did. Now, what I did was there's a place in the UK called, or a shop in the UK called CEX, and basically it's a goods exchange shop. They're pretty much all over the UK. I don't know, I expect if you're abroad or you don't come from the UK, you probably have a fairly similar shop, and it's basically a sort of a shop full of things like games consoles, cameras, laptops, DVDs, CDs, all sorts of electronics that have basically been bought by the store off of other people, vigorously tested, and then resold. So it's basically a reselling store for electronics. I have PlayStation, Xbox that I tried to take in there. Fortunately, they didn't take them. But what they did take was they took all of my games, they took some remote controls, and today I took in an old laptop of mine. Now, the reason I'm saying this, and it might sound a bit bizarre, but if you've got stuff in your house that you do not use, things like old laptops, if you've got a games console that's just collecting dust in the corner of the room, but it's there because once a year your friend comes around and you play it, you're just wasting your money. It's just an investment, it's just sat there. Something you spent a lot of money on is just sat there, or even gifted to you, is just sat there, and you're not using it. So there's almost no point in you even having it. You've basically just got an item that day by day is losing value. So you might as well do something with it, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. Now, unfortunately, the consoles weren't taken for various reasons, but the laptop was, and all the games for the consoles were too. So I'll do something with the consoles at a later date. My point is, when you're in these stores, a lot of the time they either offer you cash or they offer you credit note. Now the cash is always going to be slightly more tantalising because you can take it there and then, you can walk off and you're however much richer. The reality is it's always going to be cheaper than if you get a credit note because they basically knock 10, 20, 30% off of the cash because they know that you're probably not going to spend it within their shop. Whereas the credit note is a little bit more money, so it's a bit more sort of tantalising, you want it a bit more, but you are then limited to using that within the shop. Now for me, when I went in there, I was just like, I just wanted to get some money for this, I'll see whatever, and then I saw the Apple Watch. Now, the Apple Watch that I got in the shop on retail was coming at £125, plus £10 for the strap, so 135 quid in total. Something I wasn't really prepared to spend the money on, but because I traded those things in, the laptop, amazingly, they offered me £80 for, which I gladly accepted, and all of the games that I had that I traded in came to 48. So in total I had just about enough money, bar 7 pence. So what I did was I agreed to it, and then I, unfortunately, stupidly enough, didn't have cash on me. So I basically put 7 pence on the card, ting, and I got the Apple Watch. So here is the Apple Watch. Now, one of the things that you obviously have to be aware of is that these are second-hand products, hence there is just a generic box. It's not an Apple Watch specific box, and it's not always guaranteed to have specific things, i.e. this is the charger, whatever the bloody hell this thing is. It's clearly not as an Apple charger, it's just one that the person threw in the box. Doesn't work particularly well, but let's be honest, I have an iPhone anyway, so I can always use my own iPhone charger. So that's kind of nice, by the by. But it has the legitimate Apple iWatch charger, which is this sort of circular thing with a ridiculously long cable to it. And then the item of the day, the Apple Watch. This thing is really cool. I literally have only got it today, so I don't really know that much about it, and I'm very much getting used to it. But I got it. It's the 42mm face, so it's the slightly larger one. It's not second or third gen or whatever. It is the first gen, so it's slightly cheaper and slightly older than ones that you can get now. But I paid 7 pence for it, and I got rid of a load of crap that I have in my house that I no longer use. So what a bargain. And I have an Apple Watch. An Apple Watch. I've recently have really been interested in getting an Apple Watch, just because I think they look really smart, and it's, you know, if you've got an iPhone or any Apple products, this is pretty good value. Well, not good value, it's horrendous value, but it's a pretty cool little gadget. And like I was saying, the things that I sold and traded for it were collecting dust. So there you go. Apple Watch, 7p. Bargain. Alright everyone, I am going to end this video here. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you have taken a few things away from it. Like I say, most of the things that I've brought up have just been little tips and tricks to save you guys a little bit of money. If you want another video, and I have been thinking about doing one about sort of mini little ways to save money and to buy things at a cheaper rate, then please give this video a comment and ask for it, and I'll definitely produce it. Like I say, I'm probably going to do one anyway. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and obviously subscribe to the channel because I will be doing lots of sort of style-based things, giving you potential advice on how you can get yourself an Apple Watch. Fitness, obviously I've got quite a lot of sort of gym orientated and diet orientated videos as well. And yeah, just general lifestyle based videos too. So as I said, it is now sort of nearly 10 o'clock, so I'm going to go to bed, probably grab something to eat first, so I'm going to leave it here. Again, thanks again guys, and until next time, see you later.